You're all aware of the deplorable state of our schools. They did not get to that state in 1 month, or 3 months, or 1 year. It has been an issue. If you remember, one of the things they used in even abusing me when I was campaigning was, what are you people doing? You're coming and say you want to continue when our school systems are already bad. There's no teacher in a jail. There's no school in Kokana. You all know this story. And if you want to be truthful to yourself, if at all we have had peace, we had peace. I can say I have peace after we came back from emergency. Tell me, have there been any months before that very unfortunate incident that we had 1 week of rest? So if we're talking about being focused, everybody will agree that even in the face of our crisis, we were focused. And if not what happened, we would have even exceeded the miles that we covered. But I can assure everyone, most importantly, our traditional rulers, who are closer to these needs of our people. Because in all these local places we're talking about, you are the closest people. You are the one who even provide voluntary teachers. Is it not? We understand that, and we appreciate it. And we are assuring you that all those needs will be taken care of. What are part of the things that we also promise you? Job creation. We're trying to fix the enabling environment. We had a reason. A lot of people didn't understand why we had to set what we call River State Investment Promotion Agency. As of today, since after this peace has returned, investment confidence has been built. It has returned in the state. People are coming to say, look, we're interested in investing in this area, we're interested in investing in that area. And with those investments, jobs will be created. And let me use this medium to address an issue. I saw some set of people sending messages to my WhatsApp. They want to protest for 10,000 jobs that they were employed, documented, and they were even provided for in the budget. I don't know which budget that they provided for. I was saying here, I said it before, we are going to employ, but we are going to employ based on the needs of this state. Do we have teachers? No. Do we have doctors? They're insufficient. So I'm not going to make employment politically because I want to please anybody. No. Employment will be based on the need of the state. And I assure you, as soon as we conclude the issue of our 2026 budget, which will take a greater trunk, the budget is going to take a greater part, a chunk of the budget is going to be for schools. Because we've done enough in the road, we've done enough in the hospital. The hospital cannot never be enough, but we've done reasonable things there. But schools are the major areas where we are going in our 2026 budget. And after that, the employment will follow. Do you employ people to go into school where there is no classrooms? We're employed. We started from level 8 and we grew. We have what they call work experience. We didn't jump into this business just from the sky. Even if we find ourselves in this business, we have a background. And that background is what helps us in our planning and it helps us in whatever decision we make. So we don't jump into something so that we don't find ourselves being ridiculed. So I can assure you here that those needs of our schools, basically the secondary schools, Because primary school is an issue of a local government, although what they will do is also need to support them. So I can assure you those things will be attended to in our 2026 budget. Thank you. One most important thing, and when I say a promise that I made to every one of you here, from the chairman, former chairman, and all our royal family, I will not, no matter your position, politically or otherwise, feel happy to disrespect you. Because it's not you that I'm disrespecting. I'm disrespecting the stool. So I want to assure you here that every one of you, I will continue to accord you the respect you, not just as a person, because of what you represent, more especially our royal fathers, that we're in a very difficult time in this country, and a lot of strange things are happening around us. I want to solicit that you be a watchdog in your domain. You should endeavor to work with your local government chairman, work with the security heads of your domain to safeguard the life and property of our people. More especially, those traditional rulers that are sharing boundaries with our neighboring states. Please, you need to be 110% alert now. My phone number is there. If there's anything, you can text me, or you can text anybody that you know that can get to me.
Like shedding tears. I've been holding back tears sitting down here today. The reason is because we have been elected by the good people of Rivers State to represent all constituencies here in the Rivers State House of Assembly. Our people are looking up to us for redemption, for salvation in terms of what they are going through, the hardship they are going through. Public schools in Rivers State, particularly at the primary and secondary level, are generally in a deplorable condition. It's a fact. The reason is because of abandonment by people who are supposed to be doing the needful. Look at what the committee chairman of education just said on his visit yesterday to Township School 2 here in Port Harcourt, just along Moscow Road. If this kind of school can be in this kind of condition, what do you think is the fate of other schools in the rural areas? This school is about the closest school to government house. As at yesterday, the House Committee Chairman of Education found out that one teacher is teaching 2 classes. 2 classes are in one classroom being taught by one teacher. Primary 1 and 2. So the teacher will teach primary 1 small, a little, while primary 2 is listening to primary 1 class. Then primary 1 will stop listening, while the teacher will teach primary 2. Maybe they are blocking their ears, and they are in the same classroom. No toilets, no electricity, yet that school is sharing fence with the PhD headquarters. No light, no electricity, no security. That same school is directly opposite the police headquarters. Meanwhile, vandals have taken over the school. They destroyed the little facilities they had before now. The worst of it is that upon what we said when this motion came up, nothing has happened. The Rivers State Executive Council has not done anything. They have done nothing to remedy the situation. This is a sad commentary. I don't want to begin to reel out all that the committee chairman has already said because it's already on paper. But let me just re-emphasize his call for a declaration of state of emergency on our primary and secondary schools. Something has to be done to our schools, for our children, for the future of these states. Our primary schools and secondary schools cannot remain like this. They cannot remain without teachers. When the last administration was leaving, the plan for the employment of people, I think 10,000 staff across the state, took place, interviews. What has happened? People were not employed. But when it is time for protest, funds will come for people to go and protest. When it is time to employ teachers and make teachers to be in the classrooms, there will be no money. We cannot continue to keep quiet. We cannot continue to fold our arms while our children continue to suffer. While teachers continue to cry. How would anyone believe that in the year 2025, in a state like Rivers State, one teacher will be teaching 2 classrooms under one roof? How will anyone believe that a school that is very close to the government house, in the year 2025, that pedestrians will be called to come and teach people because there are no teachers? This is an abomination. It is an aberration, and it is unacceptable. Something has to be done. We will not allow this indolence to continue. We are the only people mandated by law to fight for our people, fight for our parents. Parents are crying. The complaints we are getting, the pictures they are sending to us are coming from parents, from township school too. The other day, somebody went to a school in Eche and saw children inside the classroom with even weed on their roof. How the weed went to the roof and they are letting on that, I don't imagine. I'm trying to remember the name of that community now. It's appalling. Is it that we don't have funds in the states? Of course we have. As at the time the administrator, Ibas, was leaving, he left over 600 billion naira in the accounts of Rivers State. Over 600 billion by October. Can such funds be used to remedy the situation in our schools? Distinguished colleagues, I think we need to take decisive steps on the issue of the bad situation of our primary schools and secondary schools. Enough is enough. We cannot allow Rivers people to continue to suffer. So, distinguished colleagues, I think if the executive will not declare a state of emergency on our schools, I will seek the leave of the House for us to declare emergency on public schools at the primary and secondary levels. We will declare it. Let the House declare it. And we will do what we need to do within our powers. I went to the primary school in my community, Elios. I was crying throughout. I was there last week. Children are learning, the children are sitting on the windows. Children are sitting on the windows to learn. Just go to community primary school, Elios. They are sitting on the windows to learn. No chairs. Ceiling, everything has dropped. When it's raining, some of the classrooms, water is pouring. And that is why, if you go there, I'm sure when we go there, you see, I'm already doing a project for additional classrooms in that school. The project is ongoing. But where they are today, you won't believe that we are part of Rivers State. The same, go local government by local government. So we cannot continue like this. If we don't have funds, we'll be told there are enough, but we are aware we have more than enough. When these children leave the classroom and enter the streets, we don't know what they will become. Of course, we know it's not going to be a good story. So we need to declare that emergency on our primary and secondary schools. Distinguished colleagues, I think what we will do at this point, we are going to assist the House Committee, or rather, the House Committee on Education. We need to work with the Committee of the Whole. We are going to commit this matter to the Committee of the Whole. We'll commit it to the Committee of the Whole to enable the entire House to join the House Committee on Education and finding out what is happening with our primary schools and secondary schools. What is happening with the issue of teachers? What is happening with facilities in these schools? So that we can bring this matter to the fore. Even if we don't achieve any other thing in this 10th assembly, one thing we must put on record is that we're able to drag attention to our public schools at the primary and secondary levels. Our children, I went to a public school, I went to a public primary school, I went to a public secondary school, and it wasn't this bad. I didn't sit in a classroom with people from other levels, with one teacher teaching all of us in one classroom. I didn't go through that. I wonder what my fate would have been if that was my situation. So, distinguished colleagues, I'll put it to the House that with your leave, the House Committee on Education will have to partner with the Committee of the Whole. If it means traversing all the schools in the state or most of them, we will start visiting the schools to find out the situation in our various constituencies. These teachers cannot speak. If they even speak to the media about the situation, they will be transferred or even sacked for speaking up. So we are the ones to speak for them. We will speak for them. They should not speak anymore. We will go there and see for ourselves what is going on. So, distinguished colleagues, with your leave, we will say that the House Committee on Education, they've done a wonderful job. What we have seen in Township School 2 is just one of the numerous situations across the state. Township School 2 is a microcosm of the larger education system in Rivers State. What we are seeing there is replicating in most of the schools, particularly in the rural areas. I think we need to move around and see what is going on so that the needful can be done. Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your time, and I've already directed that the House Committee, the Committee of the Whole, we partner with the House Committee on Education in looking at this situation. Thank you.